Hello, Wild Bunch. This is Kathy Kelly, and I'm coming to you with an H&R Block Wild Bunch update and our post-April 15th plan. Now, this video is about 16 minutes long. I'm sorry I couldn't make it any shorter, but it's full of a lot of information that you're going to want to know, so please watch it to conclusion. But before we go any further, I wanted to take a moment to provide a huge shout out and thank you to all of our associates working in our offices right now. You are just doing an amazing job serving and taking care of our clients, supporting and collaborating with each other, and I can't thank you enough. You're making such a tremendous difference. Thank you. I want to thank and recognize our front desk warriors, our CSPs, and our ATLs on the front line, helping our clients, supporting our tax pros, assisting our office leaders, manning the phones, answering the questions. They're just doing a tremendous job, and we couldn't do this without you. Thank you so much. Thank you for staying with us, staying on board, and staying with us to the end. It is greatly appreciated. I also want to thank our office leaders. They are working tirelessly to support our associates, both in office as well as at home, working with our clients and juggling a multitude of balls and tasks to get the job done that's needed to be done on a daily basis. Thank you so much. I want to thank our wild tax professionals that are in the offices, manning the offices, serving our clients, working on the holds and the drop-offs and answering our client questions. You're making a huge difference. Thank you so much for being with us. I greatly appreciate it. I also want to give a special thank you to those of you that decided that the best thing to do when you weren't feeling well or maybe your allergies were acting up was to not come into work. That was the right choice. Thank you so much. You knew that not feeling well or maybe suffering from allergies and coming into the office might make our clients or your coworkers a little uncomfortable. You were right. So I appreciate you doing that. And I want to make sure that everyone continues to operate from that aspect. If you're not feeling well or your allergies are acting up and it might concern or make others uncomfortable, please stay home. I also want to shout out to those of you at home on leave of absence. I want you to know that you're in our thoughts and prayers, and we miss you and we look forward to seeing you soon. The company has provided 4 different models during this unprecedented time, and we are operating in the primary drop-off model. And what that means is, although we are serving and will serve our clients face-to-face, we would prefer and highly encourage our clients to do drop-offs either digitally or in office, and then hopefully approve online. And in doing so, working inside of this model, we want to have a work-safe environment on a daily basis. And what does that mean? That means practicing the social distancing, the 6-foot rule in every office. This includes with each other as well as our clients. We want to make sure that when we're sitting in our cubicles, we're just not doing business as usual. We should be sitting in a staggered formation, not back to back to back, but staggering it to provide that 6 feet or more. We also want to operate on the rule of thumb that only one client sits with a tax pro. And what I mean by that is we want to minimize the amount of people in our offices. And a lot of our clients will come with friends or their spouse and their kids, and we really want to do our very best to limit that to just 1 or 2, preferably 1 clients with a tax pro at a time. Everyone else can wait outside in the car, go through a drive-through and get a bite to eat, but just 1 client with a tax pro. And in that client needs to be at a 6-foot distance, meaning that they might be in the aisle or in the walkway, and they need to be 6 feet from not only their tax pro, but any other tax pros or clients or associates in that office. We want to make sure that we are absolutely taking every precaution to keep things clean, meaning our desks, our keyboards, our phones, the front door handles, the bathroom, whatever the case. Before you sit down to use an area or a station, clean it. And clean it in between, wipe it down in between every interaction with an associate or with a client, before and after. That's the best rule of thumb to keep everyone safe. Also, the company is providing a weekly cleaning service to come in and clean the hard surfaces in our offices. And that is a cleaning service to clean the hard surfaces in our office. They are not a custodial service to do the vacuuming or to take out the trash. They are there for that purpose only. So it's important that we make sure that we are maintaining our office cleanliness on a daily basis, vacuuming and cleaning and dusting as we should be, as well as practicing all the precautionary means that we should be taking. But I'd also like to ask you to please remove any personal items that you have on your desk. It's not this cleaning's crew job to move your items and then put them back into place or to organize your desk. We want to have it as clean and simple and easy as possible for them as well as for ourselves. We are working vigorously to serve all of our H&R Block clients. We are in the pursuit of actively reaching out to our clients by phone, emails, and text to make sure that we are providing the information that they need to be served. This includes all holds, CODs, drop-offs in every office. For those holds that were started by tax pros that are now on leave of absence, we are reassigning those holds to experienced tax pros actively working to complete those holds and follow up with the clients. We are reaching out to all client appointments in between now and April 17th, working to see if we can encourage those clients to be rescheduled to come in sooner to sit with an experienced tax pro that can serve them now. The other thing that has been put into place by the company, I'm just so excited about it, is the work from home opportunity. Invitations have been sent out to thousands of tax pros, starting with our virtual tax pros. But if you received an invitation to take the survey to see if you're eligible to participate in their pilot, please make sure that you complete that survey. This is so important now and in the future, and it's a wonderful opportunity. In regards to our extended tax season overview, let's talk a little bit about what that's going to look like. The projected the client flow is going to look a lot like March and April in June and July. So we need to be prepared. We need to have experienced tax professionals that can handle those complex returns coming in, and we need to make sure that we're ready for that. Also, the company has spent a lot of time digging into the data and looking at the analytics to see which offices will be best to remain open and those that need to close so that we are effective for not only demographics, but returns complexity and other factors that went into that. And we will adhere to the list that's provided to us from the company. I will also be receiving a staffing target of tax pros that I need to hire for the extended tax season. And I need to hit that number. And I am also limited to that number, meaning I need to have that many tax pros, not more, not less. So there's criteria that needs to be met, and we'll talk about that in a minute. We'll also talk about what the leadership structure looks like going forward. We will not have any CSPs beyond April 15th. From the CSP's perspective, it'll be just like every other tax season, and unfortunately, we say goodbye at the end of April 15th. Tax pro compensation. Your current contract and your compensation plan ends on April 17th. Going forward from April 18th through July 16th will be a different compensation plan for the extension season. I highly recommend that you all that are working vigorously go after those holds that you currently have and those clients that you haven't seen yet and do your level best to get them in now before the end of this contract. At the conclusion of the 417 contract, one of the things that's important for you to know, especially those of you at home, is that your IPP plans will be calculated per the contract, netting the absence policy where payments were applicable. But we're also offering those first-year tax pros and tax professionals that will not be working the extended period an incentive For every prior client that uploads their tax documents to MyBlock or WorkCenter by April 17th will receive a $10 spiff. That is still being finalized, so stay tuned, and as I get more details, I'll absolutely share them with you. But this is an additional incentive payment that will be made as a part of your final IPP. And they're looking to put this in place because the company knows that this isn't like any other season. And a lot of tax pros that serve a lot of clients on the back end and those more complex clients are being impacted around the country, and they're taking you into consideration. In terms of our tax pro selection for the extended tax season, I need to make sure this is very clear. The tax pros that are selected must be available from beginning to end, starting April 18th through July 16th. You can't come in and work from April 18th and then take off mid-May. And you can't say, well, I can't work immediate, but I can start June 1st. This is not that plan. I have a targeted number of tax pros that I need to hire, and those tax pros need to work from April 18th through July 16th. Now, if you have a weekend getaway plan there or a few days during the week, not a problem, I can work with that. But the contract is from April 18th through July 16th. All associates working during the extended season will be off-boarded at the conclusion of July 16th. To take their 8-week furlough. Instructors may work the extended tax season and return 8 weeks later for your T3 training for our ITC and upper level courses, which will begin mid to late September. The tax pro hourly rate is determined by factors that were explained in Karen Orozco's email, but let me make sure that I'm making this point. It is a flat hourly rate. It is not a draw against commissions, so that pay rate is yours, paid pure and simple. And then there's a bonus plan. What this looks like is Tax Pro's hourly rate will be based on certification level, TS19 earn rate, and then there's a bonus opportunity. The districts will be given retention targets to hit for the extended season, and should the district achieve 90 to 99.9% of that retention target, the tax pros working through April 18th through July 16th will receive $3 per return incentive. Should the district achieve 100% or greater of that retention target, tax pros will receive $10 per return as an incentive. In regards to what our office leadership is going to look like going into this extended tax season, it's going to be very different than we've ever seen before, and I'm very excited that the company is affording this opportunity to us. We will hire 2 preseason managers that'll work 40 hours a week at a flat hourly rate from April 18th to July 16th. They will be helping to schedules, Daisy, an appointment manager, working with the holds and WIP conversion, making sure that all of our SOPs are being executed as they should be, coaching, follow-up, recognition, and everything in between. They will be the primary source for our CDAS as well as support for the tax professionals working. So what is this going to look like? So let me kind of just change this a little bit, but basically you're going to be receiving emails sent to you, to your H&R Block email, as well as your personal email with the message of Now Recruiting. This will have the selection criteria, compensation, and a link for you to express your interest, enter in your availability and willingness to work in other offices. I need to make sure that I'm stressing to you that your availability that you put in there is what we are going to expect. And not that you can't have a one-off here or there, but it's going to be that availability in which we're basing our schedules through July 16th. And of course, those get adjusted based on client needs, but we need to know your true availability. Also, this is fantastic. Once you are chosen, I will only have 3 clicks in order to get you hired. Once you're hired, you'll receive a message from Gateway on April 16th acknowledging your compensation agreement, and your hire date will become effective on 4/18. In regards to the SAS PSM selection, SAS meaning retail company, which is what we are, each district will have 3 PSMs. 2 of them are working the extended tax season, as I just described, and the third one will be our normal, regular preseason manager that we have that comes on board in July to help us to recruit for our ITC classes, help follow up with associates on their continued education hours, as well as Skills to Win, and then any marketing and business to business plans and events that we have going on. This is all going to be happening very fast. So as soon as you get these emails, please make sure if you're interested that you acknowledge that right away, because I have to have all of my selections made, both for Tax Pros and PSMs, all 3 of them, before April 10th. So this is really important. Don't linger and make sure that you get to it right away. Let me just kind of change this and wrap this up. I want to wish you and your loved ones the very best. I want to wish you all good health, and I wish you all to stay safe. I want to thank you for everything that you've done